the current news in IMSA is that Sebastien Bourdais and Joao Barbosa will be joining the JDC MIller team. So this news alone has thrust the team into the spotlight. The team has had very good drivers: Simon Trummer, Steven Simpson, Misha Guekber, Tristan Vautier. So they're all very good, but the team has never have a hasn't had a driver of this caliber. Barbosa and Bourdais. Those guys are at the top of the field. Barbosa has been known as a top guy in endurance racing, and Bourdais has been a top guy in open wheel racing. So the team is in a with those two guys. The team that puts the team in a different league to be able to sign those two guys. And the only thing is that last year the team was not as competitive. They did have the Cadillac DPIs, but their Cadillacs were not as competitive as the Action Express car or the Wayne Taylor racing car. Well, that was the first year. That was the first year the team has had the Cadillac, so maybe they might not be as well experienced in tuning the car. So hopefully, 2020 being the second year, they might be better at it, or hopefully even the personnel from Action Express comes with Barbosa to the team to set up the car. So that would be good if the team could have a better. If the team could be, they could make the car even more competitive. Last year they had, they were good. They had very good drivers, and especially the closers, Stephen Simpson and Tristan Vautier. Those guys were very good, but oftentimes they were left battling each other. And I mean, it was entertaining to watch. I mean, I love watching it. You had Steve Simpson, the veteran who didn't want to be outdone by the young guy who's just looking for a chance to shine, Tristan Vautier. And oftentimes I would say Simpson came out ahead because this is his territory. Endurance has been his territory for the past few years, and the Cadillac, I mean, he just knows the prototypes a lot more. Vautier is fast, don't get me wrong, but Simpson, and he's fast too. They were both fast. And both of them are, I would say, they're just as talented as Barbosa and Bourdais, but they just don't have the cachet, the name to follow. They haven't built that reputation, just like Barbosa has done and Bourdais has done. So they're just as fast. I mean, they might be as fast as Bourdais and Barbosa, maybe even faster, but they just haven't built that reputation. And that reputation takes, you have to win championships. You have to have been in the team for a long time, in the top team for a long time, and been the lead guy in the top team. And that's what Bourdais and Barbosa have managed to do. And this is that. So this brings the team into a whole different league. And Barbosa is kind of like the last Jedi in the WeatherTech Championship now, because he was handpicked by Hurley Haywood to replace him, and he was. He's been good, and out of all the top guys in the prototype teams, you had Ganassi's prototype team, you had Wayne Taylor's team, Action Express, so they each had their top guy in their team. And now Barbosa is the last one standing out of those top guys. Scott Woods is gone, Memo Rojas is gone. Who else is gone? All of them are gone. Even Wayne Taylor himself is gone. And now Barbosa is left standing, and he's still here. He's still pretty fast. He's still challenging the young guys. Apparently, Mustang Sampling will be the sponsor of the Cadillac. So for them to be able to sign these two top drivers, that means that the sponsorship must be very good. So that leaves you to wonder, why couldn't Action Express keep them? Well, I assume Action Express just wanted to focus on that wheeling car, because that wheeling car is very good. Felipe Nasser and Pipo Durrani, they are very good, and they just want to focus on that car to go after Penske, to go for the championship. They don't want to have to worry about the other car. Even though the other car was good, the Mustang Sampling car was good, but I guess to go after Penske, they need the singular focus just so they could put all the energy and go for the championship. But now that leaves us to wonder, how come Bourdais couldn't stay in the IMSA Indycar? Because the only reason he's in Sportscar full time now is because no IndyCar team wanted him. But Bourdais is better than a lot of people in IndyCar. I mean, this guy has won 4 championships. 4 championship. It's like this would be like if Sebastian Vettel could not find a car in Formula One, because Sebastian Vettel has 4 championships and Bourdais has won 4 championships. But it's not just that. No top teams has requested Bourdais, because Bourdais has been in IndyCar for a few years now, since the union, since IndyCar and since IndyCar and Champ Car united, but no top team has requested his services. So how come no top team wants to sign him? Ryan Hunter-Reay isn't a top team. Tony Kanaan isn't a top team. They're just as old or older as him, and they have accomplished less. They have less wins. They have less championships. But the only thing that they both do have in Indy 500 win. So it seems that in IndyCar, the Indy 500 win is worth more than a championship. But I'm not sure. But maybe that's not the reason. So let's see. I'm trying to wonder why the reason why no top team would want to go for Bourdais, would want Bourdais on their side. So the only reason I can think of is that maybe he might be demanding. He might have a bad attitude, because when he went to Formula One with Toro Rosso, even Alain Prost says that when he met Bourdais didn't have the right attitudes, and that might have been part of his demise, because his engineers didn't work with him, as well his mechanics. They couldn't truly focus on him. They couldn't give their all to his cars, to really work on his car and and communicate with him. So they said that he didn't have good attitude. So maybe that might be part of it, or maybe not, because he's a champion, so he knows how to get things done. Maybe Formula One, Toro Rosso might have not been a good environment, because it's set up for a younger guy, but he was an established guy going to an environment set up for a younger driver. So maybe that just might have not worked for him. I don't know, but before he came into IndyCar, he was not willing to do the legwork to find a sponsor. He only wanted a ride that paid him. So that could be something that bigger team might look at as, well, they might look at that. So he only wanted rides that paid him. He didn't want to go and find sponsorship compared to other drivers. Even Graham Rahal, even though his dad has a team, he had to go find sponsorship when he was with other teams before he got with his dad's team. So what else? He might not be as good on ovals, and being good on ovals means not having a chance to win the Indy 500. So the bigger teams, they want a chance at the Indy 500. They want a chance to win the Indy 500, and maybe Bourdais, they didn't feel Bourdais would win it. So those are just my reasons why I think why none of the top teams went for him. Where why Ganassi, Andretti, or Penske went for Sebastien Bourdais. Why none of them signed him. Meanwhile, they did sign Tony Kanaan. I didn't think Tony Kanaan was going anywhere when he left Andretti. I didn't think he was going to win any more races when he left Andretti. But then he went to KV, and when he left KV, I was shocked that he got signed by Andretti. But he did have the Indy 500 win, so I guess that's why they signed him. He only won one single race with Ganassi when he went with Ganassi. So, but I believe that Bourdais would have been a better choice than Tony Kanaan, but they didn't sign him. And right now, Ryan Hunter-Reay, I believe he's not really contending for a championship, and I don't see him contending for a championship in the near future. And personally, I believe that if Bourdais was in his place, Bourdais would be a better. He would be higher in the standings every year than wherever Ryan Hunter-Reay is placing. So last year, Ryan Hunter-Reay was 8th, and Bourdais in the coin, he was 11th. so only 3 places down. So I believe Bourdais would actually be a lot higher than eighth if he was in Andretti. But Bourdais is out of IndyCar with his 4 championships. So I'm sure there are some reasons. So my reasons are the ones I mentioned why I think no teams want to sign him. If you know, let me know. So, but coming back to the WeatherTech Championship, so it's good for the series. So I like to see. I'm curious to see who else they have in the other car, in the other Cadillac DPI. So, and well, in the Bourdais and Barbosa cars, so they will have Log Duval as a third driver. So that lineup alone is like a Le Mans LMP1 lineup. That's a Le Mans LMP1 winning lineup. So it's a good lineup. And so in the other car, I'm really curious to see. Maybe they might have Misha Guegber and whoever he chooses, or Steven Simpson. And we have Misha Guegber, Steven Simpson, or Tristan Vautier, or Simon Trummer. I don't know. Hopefully they have good drivers in the other car also. But whoever they pick should be good because they have a knack for picking, well-heeled and fast drivers, or a well-heeled and a fast driver. So that should be a good lineup. And I only hope that the car becomes a lot more competitive to go against Wayne Taylor, the Mazdas, the Acuras. So looking forward to seeing it, how competitive they are, and how it goes. Thank you, and have a good day. Bye.